good one here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. Well, this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Now a play fake. Carr. They'll roll him out right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And a nice call and really good execution there because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on him. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. The Bucs and Saints expected to possibly be the two to slug it out for the NFC South title in 2022. The Saints have had the Bucs number pretty much since the arrival of Tom Brady, at least in the regular season. They're 4-0 against Tampa Bay the last 2 seasons in the regular season. But remember, when Tampa won the Super Bowl, they did defeat New Orleans en route to that title. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's good for 28 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Jet sweep. Carr backs it forward. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
He was taken down at the 10-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Now Carr. Throwing out right here. Caught by Olave. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Jet sweep. Carr backs it forward. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team moves it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
now looking to throw on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Palmer.
Mayfield's pass, caught by number 10. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second.
To throw again on second down. Mayfield. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. On the move past the 40. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down. Often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Back to throw. Strong. Dancing to his left. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
So many times I advocate not challenging coverage downfield, but on this play, I thought he made an excellent decision to actually do so. If that had been complete, that would have been one for the highlight reel.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Off the play fake. Strong. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Bucs are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Carr going to throw. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints have moved out in front. Luntz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. With the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
They approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. Their incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
To throw on third down. Strong. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. To throw, it's Carr. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So on fourth down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Lutz is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Taking it right down Broadway. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it, and you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone, and that's exactly why he did.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Looking to throw on second down. Strong. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Troy Pride. The 20. 5. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an
things for different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Looking to throw. Strong. That's complete to White. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. A timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, Strong. Brings it in over the middle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
If this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen, here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw, and they're set up now with a first and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Steps away to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
An incomplete pass on first down. Here's second and goal. Back to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete pass.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to sack back at the 16-yard line. That will bring up fourth down and an 11-yard loss to boot. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Saints at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets your point in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Carr now on first down. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Carr now on first down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Strong. He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Throwing on first down. Strong. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
That's pulled in at the 32. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. He's got a man, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability, and that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is. Touchdown! Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. And that has to be so frustrating because you know that they had something set up there for this first drive of the second half. It wasn't the fumble.
Sometimes no matter what you go over at halftime, no matter what you say, errors will result, and that's exactly what happened here. They were trying to change things from what happened in the first half. Instead, they continue to make mistakes.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw his car. Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
8 yards to go.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. On the counter, here's Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. This from 32 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end the offense stalls out. They only mustered 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And he's got some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. This is caught. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Jet sweep. Carr backs it forward. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Saints take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
They'll look to throw again. He's got Otten. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.